Welcome to the show, Glenroy Oakley. How's it going?
Oh, great, just waiting for tomorrow night to perform at Skamouth, yes.
So what can you tell us about Moon River? Because I love that version of that song from you.
Do you know, the way that song came about, actually, it was Oscar Tony Jr.'s version, kind of, I used to listen to soul guys like Oscar Tony Jr. I heard that Moon River and I loved it so much I said to the guys, let's do this song. And they said, all right then. And we did it, And as a matter of fact, when Henry Mancini heard it, he wanted us to meet me, came to England at the time, but he got busy whilst he was there, so we never made a connection, Yeah.
That's a great compliment though, isn't it?
Yes, it was, yeah.
And Black and White, that's another great tune.
Oh yes, that song was actually given to Dave Bloxham, which is a producer, and he said to me, I'd like you to do this song, but we won't include a band. We were the Rudies at the time, because when Freddie Noakes left, I took over, and we were the Rudies at the time. And I said, no, I can't do this as a solo single because we've been some years as the Rudies, and we became like brothers. But that was my biggest mistake. I should have done it by myself. But still, such is life, whatever to be must be,
You live and learn, I guess.
Oh yes.
What do you think's the best song that you've recorded? Hard question, but reggae genre, though.
Yes. Well, I don't know really. I've never actually. I liked all of them, and there's some songs that I recorded and I've never heard. Since the day I recorded them, I've never heard them until I went to Spain, and I met this friend of mine there who lives in Madrid, and he was giving me all these songs, So where did you get that from? I've never heard it since the day I recorded it, So
I Am What I Am's a really good one as well. Very positive, very upbeat.
Scott English wrote that song, He was like one of our writers, actually. And yes, I am what I am. Well, tomorrow night you'll hear me singing these songs the way they should have been sung, really. With the diction and everything. Because at the time you drop the H and you drop this and you drop that. Yeah.
I got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, brilliant.
Yeah,
I saw you at the London Ska Festival. You were fantastic then. You haven't lost it. Some singers lose it, but you haven't lost it.
Yes, well, tomorrow night would be the proof of the pudding,
And what was that period like when you were recording music? Probably very different to now.
Yeah, it was good. Because what had happened, I was in Italy for a while, and when I came back from Italy, my band broke up. As a matter of fact, I saw in the flyer is a photograph of my very first band. This is Glenroy, Oakley and the Oracles. So I'm wondering, where did they get that photograph from? Because that photograph was taken in Israel, when we were touring Israel after the 7-Day War. And whilst we were there, we were touring with the Swingin' Blue Jeans, the Flower Pot Men, and then Herman Zermit came over and we did like the Central Park, and that photograph was taken in Cinerama in Tel Aviv.
Wow.
So I'm saying, wow, where did they get that from? I've got a collection of those. The only person that was missing from that was the bass player, because he was right at the front and somehow he got chopped out of the photograph, But the other guys, two of them live in Australia now, the two Indian guys, Keith and Gordon. And Boris was bass player. Now Carlton Myers, the saxophonist, his son, he had a very famous son in Italy who was a baseball player, and funny enough, he died recently. And also in the Greyhound we've lost 2 members, which is Sonny Binns and Trevor Wyatt. So tomorrow night, hopefully I'll be dedicating the show to them.
Yeah, it's great to keep the music alive, isn't it?
Yes. Wish I could do more really, but my predicament is not very easy. Because many years ago, but a matter of fact, it's coming up to be 36 years. My son was only 2, and somehow a drunken driver knocked him down and injured him very badly. This is why you don't see me most times, because my wife and myself, we decided we're going to dedicate our life to him. We don't want to be sending him into a home for no one to take liberties with him, They gave him 5 years to live when he was 2, and he was 38 this year.
That's a lovely story. And I've learnt this recently. I've become a father. And they become your whole world, don't they, really?
Oh, yes. My son, he means so much to us. We love him so much. And we'd never like for nothing to happen to him again. Although even after that accident, and he's been into the hospital for operation and stuff, and he's come out, he needs to go to the school in Shaley Heritage in East Sussex, and they took him to Legoland. My wife and myself went on holiday, for which we never had a chance to. And the first time we went away, we had a phone call. Oh, your son had an accident in Legoland. They took him and they were careless, and his buggy capsized. And you should have seen his face, what it was like. He was lucky to be alive, Oh, man.
Oh, thank God he is.
Yes.
Tell us about, you were talking about the blues as well. For a lot of people who don't know, you sing the blues as well, is that correct?
Oh, yes, I sung the blues for 16 years with a guy named Otis Grant. I was Brother Roy. That was my blues name, And we did a lot of tours, lots of festivals all over Europe, even Canada we went. We went to Beirut, to where he was from, Otis Grant. He died about 2 years now, And he was like the number 1 guitarist for about 3 or 4 years in England, So we used to do the circuit. We started maybe Oxford and right the way around Scotland, blah blah, and did all the top festivals, So everyone who was in the blues know of Otis Grant,
Did you take a lot of inspiration from soul music? I mean, it seemed that way to me.
Oh yes.
It seemed like you put a reggae spin on it.
Oh yes. What it was, with my first band, that's what we did. We used to do everything, mind you, even country and western, But the main thing was the soul music, and at that time we used to tour we did most of the universities from one end of England to the next. We've even now sometimes opened up for Jimmy Cliff.
Wow.
Oh yes, and Jimmy Cliff was a fairly good friend of mine. So was Dandy Livingston. He was the one who actually started me off in reggae, made me took an interest to get more serious into it. And when the guys, they called me, Freddie Note had left, and they called me to be with them, and the rest is history.
So you looked up to them, I suppose?
Oh yes, yeah. And the matter of fact,
you're going to be pitched down that side.
The Rudies, they used to do a lot of the backing tracks for many bands. They did Bob and Marcia, Pied Piper. They did Black Pearl. They did so much.
The list goes on and on, yeah.
On and on,
And I suppose when you recorded those classic songs, was it more like a live performance, because you didn't have so many takes, did you, back then, and things like that?
Well, we did it all at Sharp Farm Studio, across from the Roundhouse, And that was, the engineer was very good. Vic Kerr, I think his name was, and Scott English, and a lot of even Lindsay de Paul. She'd come down and sing back in vocals. And what's her name? Who did Rupert the Bear? She was actually singing back in vocals in Moon River. You know, I remember it so clearly. You know, so oh yeah, we had a ball really. Just matter of fact, we toured with what's his name? Curtis Mayfield.
Oh wow.
Oh yes.
Move on up.
Oh yeah. We toured with so many different artists. And a matter of fact, I was opening for Toots and the Maytals because the first time Toots came to England, it was actually the wife of the drummer of the Greyhound who got the connection and brought him over. Also Ken Booth, just before Everything I Own, they were touring with Ken Booth, you know.
And Toots was another soulful singer, wasn't it?
Oh
soulful
yes,
reggae
yes,
singer.
it was lovely sort of opening for Toots. We did quite a few gigs together, you know. And yes, it was good. It was good. I love those days.
It's great to look back on, and it's great to come to an event like Skamouth, isn't it? And sort of relive it again and share the memories.
I was so glad that I was invited to sing in Skamouth, really. I must say thanks to Charles, you know, the keyboard player from Reminisce. You know, he's always look out for me. You know, we've been mates for a while. Yeah, he's a good guy. You know, really good. And I must thank him very much for making me get this opportunity to perform in Skamouth. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have done the London Ska Festival. You know, but he spoke to the promoters and stuff and says, get Glenroy.
Yeah.
And finally I'm here to do my thing tomorrow.
I think that's also another thing because, as you say, you haven't been gigging a lot, have you?
No.
You know, like you've just come back after all these years.
Yes.
So,
well, I used to gig in Spain, you know, not like once, twice a month. And when COVID came, I just didn't do it anymore. I stayed at home, you know. And
thank God those days are over.
oh well, are they? We don't know if they're over yet because there's so much crap that's happening in the world today. You know, we could have a world war. We could. I don't know what's happening. But I'm here to talk about love, you know, because love is the answer to everything, really. We've got to love one another. If we don't love one another, well, anything can happen in the next 24 hours, as at St. Thunderbird.
Exactly. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, Glenroy. It's been great to speak to you.
Oh, it's a pleasure, you know. Yes, peace and love to all. And tomorrow night, the proof will be in the
Pudding.
yes.